Hey, fourth grade, this is Miss Spates. Today I'm talking to you about your day 7 out of your weeks 4 through 7 packet. So today we're going to be talking about using the standard algorithm to subtract greater numbers. This is on page 11 of your workbook. So the directions that they give us say to estimate. Circle all the problems with differences between 30,000 and 60,000, then find the differences of only the circled problems. So make sure that you're only finding the differences, only using that standard algorithm for the problems where you circled that are between 30,000 and 60,000. So remember when we were talking about estimation during the first packet that you got, a lot of the times what we do to estimate is we'll round our numbers. So the first one we're going to look at is number 1, which says 95,217 minus 39,871. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to round to the nearest 10,000. So when I'm rounding to the nearest 10,000, you're always going to look at the thousands place to see if you need to round up or round down. Remember that if it's 5 or more, you're going to raise the score. 4 or less, you're going to let it rest. So my number that is in my 10,000s place in 95,217 is 9, but I have to look at the number that's after it, which is the 5 in the thousands place, to see if I need to round up or round down. So 5 is 5 or more, so we're going to raise the score. So I would round up to 100,000. Now we're going to have to estimate or round the next number. So the next number is 39,871. Same thing, we're going to look at the thousands place to see if we need to round that 3 that's in the 10,000s place up or if we round it down. So we're looking at the 9 that's in the thousands place. It's 5 or more, so we're going to raise that score. So we'll round up to 40,000. So what I think that the easiest thing to do when you're estimating is all of these zeros, I can box them and see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros. So there's 4 on top and 4 on the bottom. So what I can actually do is I can subtract this 4 away from this 10 and figure out what my problem is going to be close to, what my estimation could be. So 10 minus 4 is 6. Now, if I drop all of these zeros that I had pulled away to begin with, my estimate for my answer for number 1 is 60,000. So remember, it said to circle all the problems with the differences between 30,000 and 60,000. So because it is 60,000, it is between 30,000 and 60,000. So I would circle number 1, and then I'm actually going to solve it using the standard algorithm. So I'm going to solve it over here so that you can see my work for this one. So I'm going to write that problem. 95,217 subtract 39,871. All right, so I'm actually going to use another color so that you can see what I've had to do to solve this. So the first thing, remember, we always start at the right for subtraction and addition. So 7 minus 1 is 6. 1 minus 7 I can't do. 7 is much bigger than 1, so I can't take 7 away from 1. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to borrow. So I'm actually going to go over to this 2 and take away 1, so it will leave me with 1. And then this 1 right here that I had actually turns into 11. So 11 minus 7 is, drum roll please. I didn't hear y'all's drum roll. I might have heard it that time. Is 4. So moving to the next part. 1 minus 8. I can't do that. So I'm going to have to borrow again. So this time I'm borrowing from the 5. This changes to a 4. Now, here's the tricky part. I'm not going to this 2 because remember I had to mark it out and we only have this 1 left. So now I'm going to take my other that I just borrowed from my 5 and it's going to turn into an 11 too. I'm going to mark this one out so it's a little less confusing for you. So 11 minus 8 is 3. So I'm going to drop my 3 right here and move to the next one. 4 minus 9. Again, I can't do that because 4 is not bigger than 9, so I can't take away 9 from it. So again, I'm going to have to borrow. So I'm borrowing from my 9 this time. It's going to turn into an 8. This 4 is going to turn into 14. 14 minus 9 is what you're going to do next. 14 minus 9 is 5. And 8 minus 3 is also 5. So this should be my answer that I got right here. Now, to solve or to go back and check my work, what I can do is I've already estimated 55,346 is pretty close to 60,000. But another thing that I can do is I can check my work with addition. So that's what we're going to do. So I've gone ahead and changed my color so that you can see how I'm checking my work with addition. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take my answer that I had from our subtraction problem, 55,346, and I'm going to use this bottom number that I actually subtracted from the first number that I was given to add to 55,346 to see if it gives me 95,217. So 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. Drop my 1, carry my 10. 8 plus 3, is 11. And then we're going to add that 1 that we carried. So it'll be 12. Dropping my 2, carrying my 1. 9 plus 5 is 14. And then we're going to add that extra 1. It'll be 15. Dropping my 5, carrying my 1. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then adding that 1 is 9. And you will see 95,217 is the same number we started with over here. Same number we started with on top. So my answer is correct. So make sure that you fill in your answer underneath in your circled problem. Now make sure you're also showing your work for these problems. We want to see you show your work. That way if something is wrong, we can easily find why or what's going on, what you're having difficulties with. So 2 through, I think, 15, you're going to do this exact same thing. You're going to see if you can estimate like we did over here. And then you're going to, if it's between 30,000 and 60,000, you're going to find the difference with your standard algorithm. Remember, you only have to do the standard algorithm if you have circled it after you have estimated. So on 16, it says use estimation and addition to check one of your answers and show your work. So we have checked one of our answers. We checked our answer for number 1 using addition. And I'm actually going to circle where we showed our addition to check our answer. So you can either use number 1 as your example, or you can come up with another one. Make sure you put the number that you used in number 16 so we can go back and check your work and see that you used estimation and addition to check that answer. Number 17, how does checking with addition compare with checking using estimation? So you're going to go through and you're going to explain on number 17, how is checking with addition different or the same as checking using estimation? All right, I'll see you back here tomorrow. I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.